Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy R.L. Knuckles, aka the Entertainment Fiend, here to give you episode 13 of the Challenge Award Awards. I'm pretty sure it's episode 13. If it's 14, slap me in the face. I'm wrong again. I don't know why I get it wrong on the number of episodes, but I'm pretty sure it's 13 now. I'd be shocked if it's not 13. Like, it is 13, but like I said before, we are towards the end, man. Like, towards the end. We already know who two of our finalists are going to be already. So we just got to see how the rest of the crew plays on. Now the at the end of last week's episode, we have Dee going into the killing floor, and she chose Davon. Now she said Davon, she has Davon's weak. I can definitely beat her and whatnot, and so she felt pretty confident about this whole entire thing. And normally, people that always feel too confident always end up going home when they tell them the reason. Now, I guess honestly, I mean, I don't think it was the best thing to say. I think she probably should have said, hey, I'm not me and Dave are not part of an alliance, so, I have to choose her. I think she probably would have said that instead of, calling her out, calling her weak, because, if you lose, it's going to make you look bad. So today's code for was tug of war. So basically, they're going to stand on the top of this pillar while they pulling the rope, and till they get to the end of the rope, they gotta like keep pulling it till their opponent falls. That their opponent hits the ground, they're out. So almost like the first challenge, like the first week, like the first challenge, but instead it's not time limited until someone reaches the floor, but. You gotta have a lot of momentum, a lot of energy, endurance in this type of stuff. So like, it almost comes down to how much willpower at the end of the day. But you have to go at a nice steady pace, because you don't want to use up all your energy. Like, so with the first part, I think what someone said this before on the first, when they were talking to AfterBoss, when they were doing that whole tug of war challenge at the first episode, it wasn't about trying to pull it fast. It was just trying to get like, pretty much just holding the pace, pretty much just holding that pace. Because it's gonna be hard to basically what I'm saying is you want to hurry up and roll up fast, and you have a steady pace, you're holding on to the rope, like you kind of have an advantage over your opponent. Like, get as much of the rope as you can first, and then again, I don't know, how did Davon do it. She didn't want to. Then you can do multiple different ways. Honestly, it's kind of don't listen to me. Who the hell I know, but Damon didn't want to go super fast at first, because you feel still like I don't know. I don't know how to rewatch it, but anyways, you gotta have a lot of not endurance, and you're like running far up, but you want to like hold at a safe pace and make sure you're not letting go, so then your opponent can get the other better interview. But yo, man, Davon looked really good, and Dee looked like she was struggling. Like, it was not good at all. So, towards the end of this elimination, Davon was getting the upper hand. Like, Turbo's yelling to Davon, go low, stay low. And if you don't know by now, you have to listen to Turbo, to everything he says, because Turbo is he knows what to do. He knows what to do. And listen, and following Turbo's directions, Davon wins the challenge and sends Dee home. And then G, says, I'm so proud of you. Then, like Davon too is like, hey, you were just saying how I'm weak or whatever, so where's energy at now? Like, and this is why I tell you can't be underestimating your opponent. And Davon said the best. I may not be the best challenger, but when it comes to these eliminations, yeah, I might have a thing. Yo, like, she might have a thing right now. Like, she's killing it in these eliminations. Like, yeah, she beat. Okay, who she beat? She beat Lear. She beat Siobhan, which I don't think we'll see her back in there. Well, she beat Siobhan. She beat Jenna and Gus. She beat. She just beat Dee, who was killing it in this challenge. Like, she has been doing really, really well in these eliminations. Like, you gotta give it up to her. Like, she's proven to y'all that she may not be the best challenger, but when it comes to these eliminations, yo, like, she's showing something right there. So, yeah, so part of Russ's alliance is gone, and, Dee made it really, really far. I mean, we'll definitely see her again. And I feel as though there are three worst losses. Like, the number one, I guess I go from, like, the highest is, like, the worst. Number one, lose on the first episode. because you're getting sent home first before everybody. Second, getting close to getting close to the you're in the last daily challenge before the final, losing and then again getting sent home. And the worst loss is, losing in the final because you're right there in the final and bam, you lost. Like those are like the worst types of losses. And these definitely, like it's like number one, like the lowest part of the loss. Now it's just gonna get hard. Now it's just gonna feel even more of a painful loss for the rest of the people. So now, like I said, Kara and Turbo are safe. So I'm pretty sure I was guessing that this next challenge would be like the last challenge before the final probably, and it was because today's challenge was Judgment Day, and this looked ruined. Like today, yeah, the challenge was Judgment Day, and it looked ruined. So basically, you're gonna start off on this container, jump off the container at a high, you're pretty much at a high place. Jump, swim to the that first ball or whatever, climb up to the second container. When they get to the end of the container, you use a rope. Got swing over to the other container, climb. It's pretty steep, so you had to crawl outside angle. So you pretty much have to crawl, get this ring, slide all the way back down, climb up, put a ring on the pole, and you're good. And it's all about time because whoever is the slowest boy or girl gets sent home. And you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose when you're already so close. Now, Paulie went first, and I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like a lot of these challenges, even when he was a ninja nat, he went first. Like almost in every challenge, he's going by first. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm thinking too much. Is there a conspiracy theory? Like I just feel as though he's always going first. And honestly, when you're the first, that's the most pressure because you gotta perform. You gotta you don't know what's going on. Basically what you're doing wrong can be that for the next guy's advantage. Or he'll be like, okay, I definitely won't do that when I go. So Paulie, he looked pretty good, but when it came to that swinging portion, he couldn't swing over to the container. Because here's the thing, if you swing and fall, you have to climb up and do it again. So that's definitely killing your time right there. And when he missed and climbing up, his energy was shot, man. The water's first of all, the water is cold, so that's something affecting your body right now. And Paulie fell, I think he landed on his neck or whatever. And that looked very, very scary. And Kara can't help but watch. She was devastated. And I don't blame her, man. When you see your boyfriend or girlfriend doing that thing, you can't do anything about it to help them. It was bad. But Paulie kept fighting. But that, like I said, this is the third worst type of loss right here. When you've done so well, you're making it to you're one challenge away from the final, and all of it happens this, goes down like this. It's bad, man. And here's the thing: if you hate Paulie, whatever. But even on AfterBuzz TV, and some people don't like him, but they said, hey, we hate to see this happen to him. For all that he's done right now, it's bad. And I think Paulie even tweeted that he saw some disgusting comments, which, that's not surprising because a lot of people do that stuff and people are just immature about that shit and, F them. But it's just so sad to see that happen to Paulie. And, unfortunately, he couldn't finish it. And, he looked like he was dead. The stretcher came in for him. It was bad, man. And, all he can do is hope and watch to see if the other guys don't do well. And, the guys kind of use that to their advantage. And West said the best, does that benefit us? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that it doesn't. But we never had to see that happen to him. We never had to see that happen to him, and so it's unfortunate. Wes did this pretty easily, but he's pretty much Wes, Hunter, and Theo, they all got it done. They all finished, so we pretty much know that Paul was done. By the way, this recording is gonna be quick because this recording is just quick and straight to the point. Nothing too long. It's basically the whole episode was this challenge, pretty much. It was this challenge, and now for the girls, Ninja did it. Ninja kind of messed up with her first one, but she did manage to finish. But Georgia, man, y'all, I don't know. I think people are sleeping on Georgia. She's doing she did very well on this challenge. Like she, I'd watch out for her. I would really watch out for her. But I'm so hoping that my girl Cara wins because I still feel so when it comes to puzzles and all that type of stuff, she's good. And a lot of endurance, I feel as though she's good at that aspect too. But Maddie, yo, when she pretty much most of everyone's struggles came through the swing portion. When Maddie misses the first swing, she had her container on her backside and she was in pain. I'm like, oh, like I felt that, man. Like that was not fun. That oh my god, that looked so bad. But and once she hits her, like that definitely took a lot out of her, and she was moving slow. And eventually, she couldn't finish. And now Devon, she couldn't finish either. But Wes was saying to Maddie that hey, it might be coming down to like who got there, what the fastest or whatever. But they were kind of in the same position though with the swinging aspect of it. So here's another conspiracy theory. I'm gonna cut straight down to the chase right there. Came down to Davon and Mattis who didn't finish, and it turns out Davon was being sent home, and TJ didn't really explain as to why. He just said there's two people that didn't finish. It was Davon and Maddie. The person that's going home is Davon. They didn't really explain how how much was she off. Like at least explain that, but it wasn't really a good explanation as why she went home. So I don't know, man. Oh man, I don't know, man. Like I feel as though I don't want to say that they cheated Davon, but at least give me the reason why she went home. Like how much was it count of you know what I mean? Like they didn't give us a good explanation for that. So I feel kind of bad for Davon. Now we're pretty much, we're thinking, and Wes thinking here is probably one more chance before we get to the final. But unfortunately, TJ said the news to Cara that congratulations, finalists. And now we have 4 girls and 4 guys. So I don't know how to now in the preview it said there's going to be a killing floor. So clearly it'll be like a top 3, but I think there's going to be possibly a part 1 of this final. And there's probably 2 parts, but this final looks very crucial. We see Ninja Natalie fall off the bike. We see Turbo just die out there. And here's the thing what Wes said, you have 3 vets and you have okay, there are 3 girls. And then 3 vets and 5 rooks. But they're all in the final in West, Hunter, and Carl. They've been in the final. They know how difficult they are. They might be all happy about, but they're not ready for what's about to happen. And here's the thing. I believe there's gonna be one winner, like both boy and girl, which I do not like. I really truly do not like that. But if I had the guess for who would take it all, if it's that one winner, I think it would have to be Theo. I think Theo is. Because I want to say Turbo after how he's been performing, but people think that people are slipping on Turbo. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Theo's gonna probably win it all. If it's gonna be by one win, which I don't like. But if I had to separate from guys and girls, I'm gonna pick Car because I just don't think Maddie, Ninja, and George are just ready for that final. I think Carl. Then again, everybody looks like in the preview. Everybody looks like defeated in this final. It's bad. It looks very very bad. But I'm very excited to see it. And run back to Paulie. Like I said, I feel bad for him. And he cried about him. People want to probably think, oh man, he's probably a pussy for crying. No man, when you feel passionate about something and you cry, it's hard to let go, man. It's hard to let go. And like I said, Paulie was just killing it in the beginning of the challenge, Let's say this the third. This the third. It's no. This is not third. Why did I say third? This is the second. This is the second worst loss for him. Second. If I said first loss is when you're in the final and you just lose it. But I thought it was a good episode. I'm sad to see Davon go home. I'm sad to see Paulie go home. I just like I said, I wish they would have showed a better reason as to why Davon went home. Now maybe they did. I better have to rewatch it or whatever. But I just think there should have been a better explanation. But that's it, man. Nothing to say about this challenge. Like it was basically the whole challenge was Judgment Day. Like I said, a little bit was the killing floor. Then we get on Judgment Day, and it's gonna be the fun, man. I cannot wait. And like I said, I think they didn't say the winner. It just said we have a killing floor. So unless maybe it's 2 hours, but I think it's gonna be a 2-part episode, and we'll probably have a reunion probably. Actually, no, it's like just yeah, probably a reunion in June. Yeah, this challenge went by very very long. Forget thinking about there's gonna be another challenge in the summer. Like I don't know about that. They'll probably have be another challenge during the fall probably because it does take like a couple of months for the next challenge to air. Because I'm thinking about okay, Vendetta started in January last. No, go back to Invasions. Started in February and in April, and then 33 started in July. So that was May. No, it was like a 2 month. Yeah, it was a 2 month period. So, hey, maybe it could be. So yeah, probably September. So no, probably have the next challenge. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who you think is gonna win it? And some of you probably might already know because you probably looked at spoilers already, which I'm gonna try to avoid. So, but anyways, let me know what you guys think about this episode. Who's your picks to win it all? And just comment section below, and we'll see you next week and see how grueling this final is. I can't wait. So, it's your boy Arnold signing off. Take care, everybody.